Okay, so today on day 12, we'll be talking about one of the most important social media platforms that you will be using as a coach, and that is Facebook. Now, I will apologize in advance because I'm not sure how long this video is going to run because I have a lot to cover about Facebook, but I'm going to try to keep it as simple and short as possible. So, first thing I want you to do is go to your Facebook. And if you have to pause the video to do that, that's fine. Once you're there, I want you to look at your friends list and write down the number of friends you have on your friends list. Now, as a Beachbody coach, you are expected to grow your network. So that number is just your starting point. That number will be increased within a year. Within a few months, you'll start adding and adding and adding to people, and that number is going to increase. On Facebook, you max out at 5,000 friends. So I don't think anyone has that many friends right now. If you do, then wow, that's pretty awesome. But just right now, the people you're adding, I want you to remember this. It's all about quality of friends, not quantity of friends. You could have 3,000 friends, but nobody, you could have people on that friends list who aren't going to help you advance your business. So you would rather have friends on your friends list who are like-minded, people you find on other social medias who you attract and bring them to your Facebook and add them as your friends, because these are the people who are going to become part of your business. And those are the people you will establish the best relationships with, people who are like you. So, another thing I want you to do, after you have this number, I want you to get another paper and write down 10 things that you're interested in. Whether it's, for me, it would be like Taekwondo, or I like going to the beach and stuff like that, or maybe you like to ride bikes, or you like to run, you're in a running club, or you like to do Tough Mudders and stuff like that. Whatever you're interested in, write down a list of these 10 interests. And then I want you to look up like pages that have to do with these 10 interests, because you will find people like you who like these like pages, and those are people who you can reach out to. Just be like, hey, I stumbled across your profile while I was looking up Taekwondo in the area. How do you train in Taekwondo? How long have you been training? Or something like that. Just simple, lighthearted, nothing too crazy. Just so they know where you found them and they don't think you're a weird stalker. So another really cool tool to use on Facebook is the search bar. You can type in friends of friends who blah blah blah. So, for example, something that I've been doing lately is friends of friends who like Zumba, or friends of friends who like to dance, because the new SYHO program is coming out, so I'm trying to find people who are interested in dancing. So I've been typing that in, and when you do that, you'll find a lot of people who are interested in the same things you are. And those are the people who you can add as friends and reach out to them and get them on your team and help them and just get them involved in this amazing company. Ew, a fly just flew into my face. Go away. Okay. So another thing too, when you're finding these friends, it's important that you don't over add friends. While it is important to grow your business, Facebook is kind of been watching, Big Brother's watching. Don't add more, this is a general rule of thumb, don't add more than 3 to 5 people per day. I know I used to add 10 people a day, but I'm kind of getting a little nervous to do that anymore because I've been hearing about Facebook locking people out of their accounts and putting them in Facebook jail for adding too many people. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in Facebook jail, especially in a business that is so heavily concentrated on your Facebook. So don't risk it. You can message people, just don't add them as friends until write them all down on a list and then add a couple a day. That's one way that you can do that instead of just adding 50 people today and 75 tomorrow, because that's a big red flag for Facebook and they'll shut you down. Mark Zuckerberg. Ugh. Okay. So, when you're posting on Facebook too, another thing that's important is to post with a picture. Now, I know I'm not going to get into all the logistics about this, but when you post with a picture, you have a higher Facebook engage rate. So picture posts have a higher engagement rate. People are commenting on those photos more. People are liking those photos more, sharing those photos more. And those will appear more frequently in a news feed than if you were to just post like a status update and nobody like really comments on it, then it's not going to be populated. Pictures and videos automatically get more Facebook views than a status would. Also, don't share posts that I make, but instead take it, tweak it, make it personal, and then repost it. Because if you share it, that's good for me. That's actually really awesome for me if you share my posts, because that just increases my Facebook engagement rate. But I want you guys to have a really high Facebook engagement rate. So I want you to take my posts, kind of like finagle with them and make it your own, and then repost it, because you'll have more engagement on that post than if it were a share, because Facebook is like weird and doesn't let shared posts have as much popularity as original ones. Also, in your Google Drive, I have a file in there. It's the top 20 high engagement Facebook posts. It's by Amy Porterfield, who is an amazing social media business building guru on podcasts, and I'm like obsessed with listening to her podcasts. But I have that in there, so definitely check that out. She has examples of photos that have really high engagement rates on Facebook, and she kind of explains why these photos have that engagement rate so that you can apply that to your photos as well. Another thing too, always have like a call to action on your posts to kind of get people to engage on your post. So if you don't want to just post a picture and like have a few words on it and that's it. You want to like ask a question or ask for an opinion or something like that, because you'll get people to like and comment on it, and that'll increase your Facebook popularity. Another thing too, don't post all about Beachbody and health and fitness and coaching, because that's not, while it is super important to you, you as a person are more than coaching. Like, that's not why you're doing this. You're not doing this to make it your life. It's not your life. It's a part of your life. There's more to your life than this. So, general rule of thumb, post about 3 times a day so you're not clogging the news feed, but practice the 80-20 rule. So, 80% personal, 20% business. Now, don't get confused and think personal is like your dog, your family, like all that stuff, like doesn't have anything to do with fitness or nutrition at all, because that's not true. 80% personal, 20% business means that 20% you can focus on advertising for challenge groups and the coaching opportunity and Shakeology and stuff like that. Obviously not stock photos, but you know that. But genuine like photos that you have for the products and the programs and advertising groups that are coming up, that would count as business. Personal, you can still post pictures of you working out or pictures of you sharing your story and transformations and stuff. That's personal, but it doesn't have, basically it just doesn't advertise for something. That's what I would consider it. You can also post other things too that are, and I encourage you to, that are not related to fitness and nutrition at all. But remember, consistency is key, and if you start posting too many of those things and not enough of your fitness and nutrition posts, people are not going to see that you're being consistent, and then chances are they won't come to you when they need help. So it's really all about balancing it out. One example of a way that you can get a lot of engagement on a picture without being too blatantly Beachbody and everything is, say it's summertime and you have like 3 bathing suits that you want to buy and you want to post to get people to engage. So you post a picture, like a collage with 3 different ones, and you have option 1, 2, and 3, and you put a little post like, oh, I'm getting ready for my bikini body and I need to pick a bathing suit that I want to buy this year. I don't know which one I want. I just vote. Well, what would you choose? Which one do you like the best? And people love to vote. People love to share their opinions. So the more you ask for it, the higher your engagement rate will be on Facebook, because you'll have people commenting and posting on your posts, and that'll just keep increasing your engagement rate, which is so important. Because you see these people who post something and they have like 1 million likes on it, and you're like, how the heck did that happen? And I post and like I get 2. It doesn't make sense. But that's why. So you want to have people posting on your stuff so that it becomes more popular. Another thing too you could throw in there about the bikini thing, like if you have a post and you're asking people to vote for your bikini, maybe somebody would comment on that photo and be like, oh, I wish I could get into a bikini like that. That's someone you can help. They just express a need to you. So you can go reach out to them and say, oh, I noticed you commented on my photo. Why do you think you can't wear a bikini this summer? And just go from there. I also wanted to share, I'm going to also post a link to a really, really awesome team call that my coach Kelly did called Facebook Failure to Facebook Fame. In the link in the post below. She is just awesome, and I can't even explain Facebook as good as she can. So you need to watch that. That's part of your homework. And one other thing I wanted to share before I explained a few people who I want you to follow, because they have this Facebook thing down pat, is if there are people who are on the fence about coaching or a program, and you think they want to be coaches or they have expressed interest in it, comment on their stuff. Go to their Facebook, like their pictures, comment on their stuff, get back in their eye. Let them know you haven't forgotten about them, because when you comment on their stuff, they will see your stuff more often. If you've noticed that you see the stuff from you, no, I gotta use another word other than stuff. You see the content, it's a better word, of the people who you comment and like their content the most. So if I'm posting something and you're liking it all the time, chances are the next time I post something, you will see it. And that's just how Facebook works. So if you want people to see your content, you need to go on their pages and you need to like their things and comment on their things. Not just silly comments just to comment, like actually put a little thought into it and have an interest in what they're posting. But that's just a rule of thumb to get back into their eye. So lastly, because I'm running a little long, I just wanted to give you a couple people that you can follow on Facebook because they do it so well and you can use them as examples to model your own Facebook off of. So some top coaches to follow would be Brandy Botts, Meg Wazinski, Janelle Summers on her like page, because she doesn't really use her personal pages often as her like page. It's just a better example of what I was talking about. Melissa McAllister, and I also suggest you follow her on Instagram because she's amazing over there too. Mindy Wender, Michelle Myers, Shalene Johnson, of course, she's just like thebomb.com, and Amy Silverman, and of course my coach Kelly Hanner. She has come so far in such a short period of time, and she's really got the social media down, and I've learned everything from social media that I know just by listening to her and modeling after what she has done to be successful. So, like I said in another video earlier this week, success leaves clues. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just take what's out there, mix it up, make it your own, and just reshare it. Because these people obviously know what they're doing if you look at how successful they are. So just model it after what they're doing and you will be successful. Alright, so get out there and work that Facebook.